It's beer o'clock on Real Ale Craft Beer. I've been to Home Bargains and I've picked up a Glen Cannich beer to show you today. And the Halloween range of beers have just finished in Home Bargains, and they had an American red ale in there from Glen Cannich at £1.49 a can, which I thought was fantastic. If this beer here from Glen Cannich Brewery is anything like the American red ale that I reviewed just last month, then this is going to be absolutely fantastic. It really is. I'm hoping it's going to be a very similar red ale in terms of body, in terms of how the beer looks. It had a great head on it. I remember washing the beer around in the glass and it having kind of lovely lacing, and it was fantastically malty. I'm hoping for that very same drink, very same body consistency, but rather than the American hops in the beer, I'm hoping they've taken them away a little bit and they've added some Christmas spice to it. No brainer, yeah? Absolute no brainer. 4.5% ABV, 440 milliliter can, Glen Cannich beer in Home Bargains. Let's get it out into a glass and see what we get. Right, so I left one beer on the shelf in Home Bargains, only because I got hundreds of those glasses, and it was called Santa's IPA. I'm not sure if you've seen it. Comes with one of those classic kind of 1980s dimpled pint glasses, but it was £4. And to be honest, it was from Liverpool. The company was from Liverpool, or maybe that was just TJ Morris, the owners of Home Bargains. Maybe that's just where their kind of headquarters are. But I couldn't work out where the brewery were from. I couldn't work out who they were. It said it was a British craft brewer, but it was one of those, bottle was inside the pint pot. I left it on the shelf. It was about £4. I thought, I don't need another one of those dimpled pots. And is the beer going to be that great? So I thought, for £4, I'll leave it there. But for £1.49, and this is the whole point about Home Bargains, for £1.49, this is an instinctive buy. The beer just goes in your trolley. You haven't got to think too hard about it. It's not a lot of money, is it? £1.49. It's an amber coloured beer, one finger white head. What I think has happened here is maybe the spices in the beer has... I definitely think it's the same beer. I definitely think it's the same red ale that they brewed for the Halloween season, the American red ale, but I think the spices have just slightly kind of just changed the profile of the beer a little bit. Let's get the aroma on this slightly hazy red ale then. Yeah, that smells good. That smells really good. Orange and spice and kind of pepperiness and cinnamons and cloves. Very Christmas-like. Lots of orange kind of flavour coming through. Spicy orange. Smells good. A little bit of biscuity breadiness coming through. Let's dive in. Cheers, everybody. Tastes like marmalade on rye. Tastes like marmalade with the big rinds of orange in it, scraped on top of a rye vita. That's what it's doing to me. But it's got some added Christmas spice in there, some kind of cloves and all sorts of peppery, spicy, maybe some ginger. It's a good beer. It's got a good mouthfeel. Definitely a red ale. A little bit of carbonation pushes the beer around the inside of the mouth, releases more of that flavour. It's decent. It's really decent. And I just finished, I'll be honest, I just finished reviewing the Christmas pudding, vanilla Christmas pudding beer from same brewery, Glen Cannich. That was a stout, and I really enjoyed that. I really enjoyed that. And I'm equally enjoying this. I can see me in a month or so, as long as they're still on the shelves, buying a load of this for Christmas. Buying a load of it. If I was in the need to buy... Now normally what I do, I normally buy 3 kegs for my beer machines. I normally buy a Blade keg, a Krups keg and a Perfect Draft keg. Switch the machines on, Christmas Eve, nice cold beer, all lit up, all over Christmas. Kind of, yeah, it's pretty decent. Got the bar open, fully working. But this year I'm like this with it. I'm like, because the beer's, not that this is a beer machine video at all, but I'm just explaining my Christmas. The beer machines are kind of just generally gone kind of like almost lager only these days. There's a lot of lagers on these machines these days. And do I want to be drinking a freezing cold lager over Christmas? So, although it would be nice to switch on these beer machines and have them on all over Christmas, at the same time, it would be nice to swing by Home Bargains and pick up a load of these Christmas spiced red ales and the Christmas pudding stouts, and just jump in the kind of Christmas spirit and the theme of things and just enjoy, you know? That's a super solid red ale. Really lovely biscuit malt flavour coming through with orange and marmalade and rye and spiciness, and everything about Christmas is in that glass. Everything about Christmas. So if you had a couple of their stouts, the Christmas pudding stouts, you know, you wanted to change things up a bit, you got a couple of red ales in the fridge as well with Christmas spice in it. It's perfect. It's absolutely perfect. And I can imagine this beer absolutely flying off the shelf. I can imagine it just, you know, people buying this in abundance, especially for £1.49. How they've produced a beer of this quality and the stout for £1.49 is beyond me. Absolutely beyond me. They've made a real good effort here. Have Home Bargains and Glen Cannich in realising that we've been in it, haven't we, in this country? We've gone through pandemic. We've gone through like leaving the EU. We've gone through cost of living. Like, the country's under strain at the moment. The country's under massive strain, and not everyone's got like £3, £4, £5 for a can of craft beer. So they're going to be looking to go to places like Home Bargains and fill their boots. Absolutely fill their boots. I know I will be. Ingredients: water, malted barley, wheat, hops, orange bitter flavourings, cinnamon and yeast. It's great. It's a great beer for the money for £1.49. It really is. 4.5% ABV. A well-behaved beer. Look at that. Looks good, smells good, tastes good. For the money, that's a 9 out of 10. 9 out of 10 from Real Ale Craft Beer. Please put your comments in the comments box. Subscribe to our daily beer and food reviews. Give us a big fat thumbs up. Boom. Cheers.